Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm LIANA for LIANAvibes.com, and in today's video we're going to talk about disability. Now this topic is near and dear to my heart, and before we begin I want to start off with a couple of statistics. 49 million people in the United States of America have a disability. Essentially, that equals 1 to 5 people. Some are congenital, meaning they are born with it, and others can happen or appear at any point in a person's lifetime. 1 million people live with a severe disability. 2 million have a functional disability. 5 million are youth. Furthermore, 20% of Americans live with at least one disability. 35% of working-age people with a disability are employed. 15% of the people in the world have a disability. Disability is common and part of reality. So the reason why this topic is important to me is because I have a history of having had a disability. This all spans back to 2018, where at that time I had an injury at the nightclub that I was working at, but it wasn't so severe at that moment. But the following day, the person that I was dating at that time, we had gone out for dinner, and on the way back, I was limping pretty badly to get back to the car. So they offered to give me a piggyback ride. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they dropped me and I landed on the knee that was injured. And I just remember this intense pain and fire going up from my legs and knees. And all of a sudden, I wasn't able to feel below my kneecap. I was so afraid. And when I can collect myself, I was like, why did you do this? Their response was, because I saw people. It would come to no surprise because later on I'd figure out this person is a huge narcissist, has a strong dismissive avoidant personality. And at that time, I was attracted to that. Now, those type of things definitely do not agree with me, and I've healed past my inner woundings and traumas that kept me going back to that type of dynamic. Furthermore, I worked at a large chain grocery store, and it was interesting because though I was able to regain some ability to walk, at this establishment, I would be limping in the store. They would still give me my regular job duties and didn't accommodate me, and I'd be so severely limping. Employees, my managers, as well as customers would see me limping in the store, but I was offered no assistance in that. There was no change to my job descriptions or responsibilities, and that injured me further, creating a chronic condition that basically became destruction of my lower lumbar spine. This brings up a very important point about disability, is that gaslighting, medical gaslighting, is a huge thing too. If I had gotten the help that I needed way back when and the support that I needed, I don't think I would have chronically been further damaging the areas that needed to heal. Mental health is a big, big, big part of the piece of disability. Though disabilities can be physical, some can also be mental. And the mental aptitude that occurs within the journey of figuring out life with a disability is so entirely challenging. So I want to share with you the 3 main things I learned from having a disability. The first is mindful patience. When you become disabled, if it's something that happens to you along the way, a different rhythm of life occurs. It's very different than mainstream society, obviously, which has its own tempo and rhythm. But when you become disabled, you find this unique undertow of different versions of rhythms of life. And you have to take a little bit more time navigating this world. And that's perfectly okay. Definitely, it's easy sometimes to feel as if you're going to be left behind or forgotten. And that was something I struggled with a lot during the more deeper parts of my disability. But one thing I can assure you is that for the people that truly do love you, they'll always be by your side no matter what. And they would never think any less of you or think of you any different. For that, I'm very thankful for those that are in my life who continue to support me because of their large-reaching empathy and compassion. The second thing I learned with having a disability is humble gratitude. You never see life the same after occurring a disability. The simple things most people take for granted on an everyday basis, for a person who has a disability, they definitely don't take that for granted because it may take extra effort, extra time just to accomplish those tasks. Humble gratitude is so essential because when you think you can't make it through, you actually have all the resiliency within you that will help you advance to that next level. Even if other people overlook it, humble gratitude allows you to feel the pride in every step forward, in every healing moment forward. You can do this. The third thing having a disability taught me is that anything can change in an instant. One can become disabled unexpectedly, and that risk increases with time and aging. You may not have a disability now, but maybe 10, 20, 30 years from now, you just may experience what that feels like. This quickness of how instantly something can change in an instant, it just shows how temporary the body is, and how these are really just vessels, vehicles to experience this reality. Take good care of it. Because just to remind you, for the very things you may be taking granted for, a person with a disability may be fighting just to feel that sense of normalcy. Have you ever occurred a disability in your lifetime? Let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what your feedback is, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Until then, stay well and vibe well.